here's your host, Chelsea Edwards.
Hey, besties. Welcome to another episode of Chattin With Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. If you have ever purchased a beauty product because the packaging looked pretty or the name sounded fancy, well, this show is for you. Today, we are demystifying cosmetic science. We are getting into what is really important when it comes to your skincare and what is just hype. Plus, whether you've got normal skin or even eczema-prone skin, we've got some winter skincare tips to keep you glowing all season long. But first, let me introduce you to my science bestie over here, Dr. Zuri Dale, a cosmetic scientist and epidemiologist. You got a lot of titles behind you, I will say.
I do.
I actually did my own research, Dr. Dale. Okay, so I looked at the periodic table. I believe it or not, I did not go to school for this, but I figured out if you do fluorine, right? Fluorine, that's the symbol for it, right? And then iodine, and then neon.
Oh.
We all come out fine. That's all I need to know. I didn't even need a degree to figure that out. We just gotta mix these together and we'll be beautiful, okay?
I like that.
You actually get into all the ingredients and things that we need to know about when it comes to selecting our beauty products.
Yes.
Why does that matter?
It matters so much because I try to stress that the most important thing is your barrier health. It does not matter what products we use or how expensive the product is. If the barrier is not healthy, the products just become obsolete.
Okay,
so it's more so about ingredients than it is about the product.
And when you say barrier, you're talking about our skin.
Our skin barrier, the outer barrier.
Right.
We have to treat it right.
All right, okay.
We have to treat it right.
You've got some examples for us here.
So we're gonna do 3 mini demos. Are you ready to be a scientist for a day?
I'm obviously ready.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna show very quickly why skincare is not about using the strongest products. It's more so about how the skin responds to the product. All right, so on this first one, we are going to prove how important protection and water control is. All right. So what I want you to do, you have 2 paper towels. I want you to spread out this lotion on this paper towel. And that lotion is going to serve as a proxy for our skin barrier. So just a little.
Okay.
That's enough.
What do you say proxy? Example.
It's going to stimulate.
Okay.
It's going to stimulate our skin barrier.
Fancy.
I'm sorry. So what I want you to do is pour a little water here.
All right.
Boop, boop. Good. And pour some directly on top of the lotion. All right. So what do you notice?
I noticed that the water is going straight through the first paper towel.
Right.
And then the one with the lotion, it's protecting it.
It's protecting it. And so this lotion is simulating our skin barrier. And the purpose of our skin barrier is actually to slow water loss and control what gets in. So if the barrier itself is compromised, then the products that we use penetrate too quickly. And that is why our skin can either feel tight or extremely irritated.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
So, sometimes when my skin feels tight after I put something
it's
on,
like, I think it worked.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. No. That is not what that means.
Good to know.
That means it's time for a 2-week regimen to repair the barrier.
Oh,
I know.
So good to know.
It's like, oh, now it's working.
Yeah.
That's not
like it's not supposed to do that. So good to know.
So this one is super cool. So this one is going to be actually a real chemical reaction, okay? So milk, like the skin, is extremely protein rich, okay? So when you introduce strong acids, like a lot of the actives that we use, or too many actives at once, it can change the structure of the protein. And changing the structure of the protein will change the function. So what I want you to do, we have some milk, this is whole milk, and we have some vinegar. So I want you to pour that into this flask.
Sounds delicious, this mix right here. Okay.
Keep going, keep pouring.
Keep pouring. Ew.
Yeah. So what do you notice that it's starting to do?
It is definitely having a chemical reaction.
It's curding. It's actually starting to curd.
Oh my goodness. I can dump it all in there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And you can actually see it if you look closely.
Yeah.
It's cloudy. The milk has kind of started to curd.
I'm seeing some chunks.
You're seeing some chunks. So what that's letting us know is that just like the proteins in the skin, that the addition of too many actives and acids and too fast can change the structure of the protein.
That is huge because we hear a lot about this acid and that acid, and people may think
If it's like acid, ooh, let me add that.
Yeah, let me add all the acids. Yeah, no, your skin will start looking like
acids on top of acids.
Yes. Don't do it. All right, yes. We locked in that lesson as well.
Very last one. All right, so this one is actually about penetration speed because we want our products to be able to cross the skin barrier and actually penetrate. But we don't think about the rate of penetration.
We don't.
And how products are actually formulated to penetrate the skin at a certain rate. And a lot of times we want to increase that because we want our skin to clear, we want to get rid of hyperpigmentation.
Give it to me quickly.
But that's actually not the best thing.
Okay.
So this is going to be a demonstration in penetration speed. And it's going to show us how the environment actually impacts diffusion. So we have two clear glasses. This is water. This one is room temperature water. This one is a bit warmer. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just place a drop in each one. And what we are looking at is the diffusion of the molecule as it spreads across.
Got it. I'll turn that around because I got lotion all over that
one.
We
saw that one.
That one.
All right.
They both got 2 drops. Okay.
So in the warm water, it actually diffuses faster, right?
It mixed all by itself so quickly.
Right. It mixed all by itself so quickly. And so this one shows diffusion speed. So in warmer conditions, molecules tend to move faster. Like so, when our skin is inflamed or if the barrier is damaged, it's going to do the same thing with our products. It's going to speed up skin penetration, which can actually make our products sting. And if they're stinging, it is not an indication that they're working.
Well, yeah, okay. You got to let me know because like, oh, tingly. This is doing the job. Okay, I have a few follow-up questions to these experiments, but we have to take a quick break. I know we're going to sit down and chat and talk through more of this. I've already learned so much already. Okay, guys, I'm excited. We'll be back just in a couple minutes. You don't want to miss this. We all want smarter beauty without all the guesswork. So here to help us out with that, we've got Dr. Zuri Dale. Once again, you are a cosmetic scientist and you also teach us a lot about skincare. Why is it so difficult to pick something that is going to work for us with all the products that we see out there?
I think one of the chief reasons now is social media, to be very honest. I think, social media has given us all a platform, which is great. But I think with the influencing and social media and the affiliate marketing, a lot of products and things are just being pushed at us at one time. I mean, you have 20-year-olds with 20-step skin routines, which is totally not necessary.
Like, why do you need that?
Age, like, what, you're wasting product. Why do you need that? And so I think with social media, a lot of the big push is a what to buy, but it's not a why are we using this product. So there's a use this because I'm using it, but there's no why does this product work? And there's a lot of products with very limited education.
So how do we start figuring that out? I'm not a 20-year-old. I have different things that I'm looking at. This is skincare. I have different things that I'm looking for when it comes to my skin. So how do I know what is going to work for me?
Right. So first, we have to understand that the skin is a living system. And I think we forget a lot the biology of the skin. It is an organ like many of the other organs of our body, and we don't necessarily treat it the way we would treat some of our other organs. So we just take any products and we put it on this largest organ of our body and we think that it's okay. And so what I tell people is that it's actually not the product specifically, it's the ingredient that we need to focus more on. It's the ingredient, not necessarily the product. I definitely think that with products being pushed at us a lot, we tend to say, oh, this is aesthetically pleasing, oh, this works for this person, but really, you have to assess the skin, what is happening with my skin right now, and what ingredient is going to be efficient at, you know, eliminating whatever that adverse reaction is.
Okay, so I learned during our science experiments over here that we don't need a whole lot of acids, but that is something that is marketed to us a lot. Like I can say hyaluronic acid because I hear that a lot. So while that might be good by itself, I may need to consider like not piling on a bunch of products with other acids going on.
So most acids actually work best in combination with other products that are not the acid.
Okay.
So all skin routines, I think, should include some general, basic, simple ingredients.
What are we talking?
Ceramides are really great for barrier support, replacing the fatty acids and the cholesterol in our skin. So products with ceramides.
And I've heard of those like CeraVe or something like that. Or
it's great for that. Great for that.
Okay.
Niacinamides, those are great. They help calm down inflammation. And then obviously a sunscreen. So every, you know, skincare routine should include, I think, at least those three, because not only does it promote barrier health, but it also prevents any hyperpigmentation from getting darker. I think that, you know, for a lot of women, particularly women of color, we are concerned a lot about hyperpigmentation. But we don't realize that not only are we trying to get rid of the existing hyperpigmentation.
Like dark spots or something.
But we're trying to stop more hyperpigmentation from forming. And if you do not utilize sunscreen every single day, you're really countering the hard work that you're doing with the acids that are designed to remove the pigmentation. And that's a funny one because people may say, well, I'm not outside, I don't need a sunscreen. But as long as the sun can come through your window, you need a sunscreen. And there's also research that indicates that even the blue light from your computer.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Okay, so
we need protection from that as well.
Oh my
gosh.
So
just wear the sunscreen every day.
Everything is trying to ruin us.
Just wear it. Just wear it. Just wear the sunscreen.
That is a great point, though, because even though we've had the conversation before about avoiding skin cancer and protecting yourself against that, you know, if the beauty is the better reason for you, then just go ahead and layer that on.
The chief, it's the anti-aging. I mean, so there's a study that indicates that I think like since 2022, that the rise of 20-somethings that get Botox and filler to look younger, it has increased dramatically, right? We see Botox filler everywhere, but the chief way to prevent excessive aging or accelerated aging is actually to wear sunscreen, but sunscreen use is actually not that high.
Wow, so simple. All right, so we'll definitely work that into our routine. We also, at the table here, talked about inflammation. Okay, so what should we know about that and trying to avoid it, other than not putting a bunch of acids on our skin?
Absolutely. So the skin, you know, has a barrier, and it is designed by nature to keep things out. That is its job, okay? However, if your skin barrier has been compromised and if it is not in a healthy state, what happens is that the products that we use cross the barrier too fast, and sometimes they enter the skin too deeply. So that problem area that you're trying to target just gets worse. And so when we talk about inflammation, what I'm referring to is just skin that is inflamed. And sometimes it's apparent. You can see red marks, or you can see, you know, physical signs of inflammation. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes you wash your face and you dry it and the skin feels very tight. That happens and you're like, oh yeah, it's real clean.
Like, oh, I'm getting younger.
Why it's so tight, because it's clean and I'm feeling younger, right? And it's tight and it's extremely shiny and you think, oh, that cleanser just did that.
Snatched.
But that's actually not the case. And then sometimes you may apply products that are actually not the active. So not your acids, not your actives. It could be something as simple as a moisturizer or a serum and you feel it sting. And that's an indication, wow, like my skin may be inflamed. And so I tell people, just from a cosmetic science perspective, this is just in general. I'm not a dermatologist, but from a cosmetic science perspective, you do not want to continue to layer those actives if the skin is not healthy. You've actually got to stop, eliminate them from your routine for a bit, get the skin in a healthier state, and then kind of one by one introduce those back into your routine.
Wow. All right. That is super helpful and so good to know what we've been doing wrong. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dale. We have got to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to talk about how you can get your skin healthy even in the winter. Winter brings its own set of problems for our skin. So here to help us sort some of them out and bring some solutions, we've got Jacqueline Lee, owner of Naturally Unmarked. All right, so you say the skincare actually starts in the bath.
Yes, it starts it starts like when you buy the product, but in the bath. So gentle cleansing is probably the key ingredient, like, to getting your skin to stay moisturized. And when I say gentle cleansing, it means just like using moisturizers that don't strip your natural skin barrier. So you have moisturizers that have like all these fragrance oils in there and all these different things added into it, but having a gentle, simple body wash or soap will actually keep your skin more moisturizing than you actually think. Don't be fooled by the labels that say, oh, it's like all natural. You have to actually read the ingredients, because some products that say all natural, if you turn that bottle or container around, it'll have like fragrance oil and this and this, and if you actually research those ingredients, they're actually really not good for your skin and actually dries your skin out even more.
Oh wow, good to know, because we don't want to get any drier.
No.
Not in this weather. Yeah. So once we get out of the tub or the shower, what's the next step?
So the next step that I recommend is definitely moisturizing like right after you get out the tub. And you can do it like you have 3 to 5 minutes to go ahead and moisturize. So if I get out the shower or the tub and I still have to wash my face and brush my teeth, I'll probably just stay soaking wet with the towel on and let me drip dry while I do that. Or I'll just go ahead and pat my skin dry. Don't rub it, especially if you have sensitive skin. Pat it dry and leave it a little damp, and then you moisturize.
Okay, so we have actually a timeline when we get out. Like
you do, because your pores are kind of open and ready to kind of receive what's next. And once they kind of dry, once your skin kind of dries up, that barrier is closed, and like you're just applying product to dry skin, and so nothing's like really moisturizing.
Okay, yeah, we wanted to actually moisturize.
Yeah, like absorb and take hold.
Got it. Stop roughing yourself over with a towel like this. Okay.
And you definitely don't want to do that. Like, it's the same with your hair. Like, you don't want to use a towel in your hair. Like, the same thing with your skin. You want to just pat your skin dry, then go ahead and place your moisturizer on.
Okay, be gentle, show yourself some love.
Yes.
What about people who have eczema? I know some people who struggle with that, and it's even harder in the winter. And you started your line partly inspired by your sister as well, right?
Yes, my sister has eczema, and so me and her both have very sensitive skin. So we have our Aloe South body butter, which is great for like eczema skin. It's great for sensitive skin. So you want to look for ingredients that's like more plant-based, but also something that has like key ingredients for like inflammation, because eczema is inflammation on the skin, that your body is fighting itself. So having something like tea tree, chamomile, a little hemp seed oil actually helps the skin. It calms that inflammation down a little bit.
Okay, that's so good to know, especially following up with Dr. Dale, who was saying you can't just put a bunch of stuff over some inflamed skin. You have to be careful. So, okay, good to know. They can get taken care of as well. Just be careful with those ingredients.
Yes.
All right. Now, I've heard of another technique, and I can't say I've gotten into it yet, but I'm curious. Layering your moisturizers.
So I love layering. I don't like being ashy. I don't like feeling ashy. I hate using that hand soap in the restroom and your hands all crusty. So the greasier, the oilier, the better. So I will take a little bit of our butter and some of our oil that you have right there.
All
so you can take a little bit of the butter and you can add a little bit of the oil oil, rub that in, and the oil helps protect and also seals in that moisture. Now, if you're not an oily type girl, greasy butter type girl, you can use your lotion. I don't use lotion because it's water-based. It's still good, but it just doesn't hit for me.
Okay.
But you can drip some of the oil into the lotion and have that double penetration that way.
Some double moisture going on. Okay, I came a little bit ashy just for you, so so I can really
and a little
get
bit goes a long way, like a little bit. And that's one thing I love about our butters. They're really soft, and you just need a little bit. And look at that, instant hydration, instant
glowing,
shine. Yes,
girl. Yes. Okay,
yes.
I haven't even gotten to the next step yet. Okay, so what do you do? Because here's my other thought when, and this happens with my hair, because I will layer moisture in my hair, and then sometimes you do too much, and then you're leaving trails everywhere, like was it Coming to America where they had the Jerry curl just like so is there a drying time or something to make sure that everything is actually getting on
into
your
the skin?
Yeah.
So you typically, if you're a night like bath or shower person, I'm a night bath person, so I will just do my whole moisturizing, and then I put my comfy socks on my feet, and I put my pajamas on, and it doesn't really smear on like the blankets or the sheets or anything. It takes about maybe like 5-10 minutes for it to fully absorb into your skin, and after that you just feel very moisturized throughout the day.
I feel very moisturized now.
And it leaves a nice glow on your skin, and that one has a little shimmer, so you'll actually have a little glitter and shimmer everywhere you go. So yeah,
I love it. Okay, I am all set for the whole season. Okay, what's your final tip before we go?
So my final tip is definitely make sure you're just using a simple body care routine. The same thing with your skin. You want to have a simple routine, meaning that all your products are clean. When I say clean, they're plant-based. You know what the ingredients are, and you just do moisturize. You can scrub. Exfoliating is great for the skin, and then making sure you use a nice, gentle shower gel or soap.
Nice. All right, I've got a whole new routine. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Thank our guests, Dr. Dale and Jackie of Naturally Unmarked. You guys check them out. And you've got to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chattin' with Chelsea. Keep up with us on social at Chelsea Show Fox, and we'll see you on the next Chattin' with Chelsea.